Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you my new Shred Nado for Diablo 4. Yes, poison twisters everywhere. As always, we will cover every single facet of this build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Starting off with some gameplay. Now the skills I'm using for this Shred Nado are Tornado and Shred, debilitating Roar, Blood, Howl, Hurricane, and of course Grizzly Rage. Now the whole idea behind this build is we took the best of Poison Shredder and the best of Tornado Werewolf, and we have come up with this new variant that just works awesome. Toxic Claws is going to make it when your tornado hits and crits, it is now a poison tornado. You are then going to use Aspect of the Blurred Beast to bounce around and blow up all those enemies. At time of recording, I'm level 75. And when you look at this gameplay, these enemies are level 90. They are 15 levels higher than me. And as you can see, from a survivability standpoint and a pacing standpoint, we are just walking through this dungeon. It is honestly a blast to play, and it just works really, really well. If you're a fan at Werewolf at all, you are really going to enjoy this build. Also, you will notice that on the skill bar, there is no generator. So the least fun skill to play, you don't have to worry about that for this build, because if you're geared out correctly, no generator is needed, which then of course gives you an extra skill. Get out of here. Look at that, freaking smoke. All right, let's fight the dungeon boss. Level 90 Nightmare Dungeon Boss. Level 75. Let's see, can we take him? I don't know. It's a pretty close fight. Easy. Let me show you how to recreate this build. So now let's check out the skills for our Shred Nado. Now I have 2 points into Claw, but like I said during the gameplay portion, we do not use a generator, no basic attack. Moving down to our core skills, 5 into Tornado, 1 into Raging Tornado. This is where you're going to get a bulk of your vulnerability. 5 into Shred, 1 into Primal Shred. This is what's going to allow you to flicker around and blow up all that poison. 1 point into Heart of the Wild, 3 into Wild Impulses. Even without using a generator, you could still take Wild Impulses, which is going to give you a boost to your damage at the cost of Spirit. But again, you are going to be okay. 3 points into Predatory Instinct, 3 into Gate. As we move down to our defenses, 1 into Fortitude, 3 into Vigilance, which is going to be proccing all the time because you have 2 defensive skills. You're taking Debilitating Roar and Blood Howl. For Debilitating Roar, you're taking Preserving, and for Blood Howl, you will also taking Preserving. That's going to help you with your attack speed. As we go down to the middle, nothing in Companion. And then down here, for Wrath skills, we're going to be taking 1 into Hurricane and 1 into Savage Hurricane. Now, you shouldn't have any problem making enemies vulnerable. Again, during the gameplay portion, you'll see that all of them are vulnerable. That being said, if you don't have your exploit leveled or something isn't working right, you could shift this point over to Natural Hurricane, but I have felt that we did not need it. Okay, so I'm using Savage Hurricane. 1 point into Elemental Exposure, 3 into Endless Tempest, and then down here, 1 into Neurotoxin, 3 into Envenom, and 3 into Toxic Claws. And you also want to get a boost to Toxic Claws on your amulet if you can, because again, this is what makes your tornadoes poison. As we move down, standard Grizzly Rage, 1 point into Defensive Posture, 3 into Natural Resolve. And then again, the big way that we are keeping our spirit up is right here for Perfect Storm. It's going to help you with your spirit and add more damage. Those are the skills. Moving over to the Spirit Boons. Pretty basic setup. At the top, we are taking Wariness, reduced damage from elites, better survivability. Under Raven, we are taking Talons because, again, the only way we are making our tornadoes poison is through crits. So you want as much base crit as possible. Under Wolf, we have 2 points, 1 into Energize to help restore spirit, and 1 into extend the duration of your ultimate. We want Grizzly Rage up as much as possible. And then right under that, natural skills have a chance to reduce the cooldown of your ultimate, again, keeping Grizzly Rage up. Those are the Spirit Boons. Moving over to the Paragon boards. Now, before we jump into this, I just want to have a quick plug. The 4,000 word written guide for Shred Nado will be the second link in the description on Icy Veins. Normally, once the YouTube video comes out, within 24 hours, you will see the written guide. So if you have questions, if something doesn't make sense, I promise you, you will find that answer in the written guide. There's way more detailed information, especially about the Paragon boards. Okay, so let's go through this one at a time. I think there's 7 boards. There is 7 boards. Okay, board number 1, you want to take Territorial. Give you a second to screenshot each one. Going up. Board number 2, Lust for Carnage, and you are going to be taking Undaunted. Got it? Board number 3, Inner Beast, and here you want to take Werewolf. Moving to the left. To the left, to the left. You want Thunderstruck, and you're going to take Fang and Claw. Thunderstruck, Flame, and Claw. We're going to be moving back to the right with board number 5. This is Constricting Tendrils. And you want to take Spirit. Okay, got it. Then we're coming up right here to board number 6, Heightened Malice. And you want to take Exploit. Now, if you are leveling this build, Exploit should be in your first board. Okay, so if you are leveling that you're level 20, 30, and you're watching this video, put Exploit in your first build. I guess you got to be level 50. You hear what I'm saying. And the final board down here, number 7. Take a little bit of Maximum Spirit, Spirit on Kill. This is Ancestral Guidance. Those are the Paragon boards. So now let's talk aspects and gems, starting with gems. For your weapon, you want to take Emeralds. Quintessential best in slot. For armor, you want to take Sapphire, give you some added damage reduction because you are going to be fortified the whole time. Now for season 1, you have Hearts. And for here, your Wrathful Heart, you want to take Unconstrained Beast, which is going to help you trigger Grisly Rage for 6 seconds. You also want to take Revenge as a Brutal Heart. This is going to give you damage suppression, and you're going to be able to explode outwards with your defensive skills. And for your last ring, you want to take Force. Now, this one's interesting. Distant enemies are pulled towards you while you have your ultimate skill active, which you're going to have Grisly Rage up a lot of the time. Now, this is great for Tornado, and it's not good for Blurred Beast because Blurred Beast requires distance. So just know if you go watch the gameplay, a lot of the times when the enemies are pulled, I'm already running. So there's enough space to activate Blurred Beast, but just know sometimes you have to dodge roll, or you have to roll out and then Blur Beast back in. Just takes a little time to getting used to, but these are the 3 best hearts. Now for the aspects, I'm going to go through them one at a time. And unfortunately, this build does require Tempest Roar. There are some people that have found 100 of them, and then there's others that has played preseason and season 1, and they've never seen it. So I hope you are one of the lucky ones that grab it. Chest armor, Disobedience for your armor. Gloves, Blurred Beast for your poison and blowing up. Pantalones, damage reduction in Werewolf. Boots, Dark Howl for debilitating roar becomes a werewolf skill. Weapon, core skills deal up to 40% increased damage, and based upon your amount of Fortify, we're going to have a lot of Fortify. This is Retaliation. Amulet, we're taking Dire Wolf. Ring, we're boosting our Grisly Rage duration. Make sure you find one with 5 seconds. Second ring, critical strike chance with Shred. Cause lightning. And for your offhand, Tornadoes, seek targets. Those are the aspects, gems, and hearts. Last but not least, let's talk priority stats. And remember, go over to Icy Veins to see the priority list. There's 6 affixes per item. On here, you're only getting 4, so you're getting more information and in order over on Icy Veins. Second link in the description. Now, for priority stats for helmet, there are none because we are using Tempest Roar. For chest, we are using 3 damage reductions with max life. For gloves, you can get Shred and Tornado on it. So try and get plus to both with critical strike chance. Okay. For pants, we are also taking damage reduction, all 4. For boots, move speed, spirit cost reduction. Make sure you get spirit cost reduction. For amulet, cooldown reduction and spirit cost reduction. And spirit cost reduction and toxic claws are tied for second. They're both pretty close. You want those stronger poison tornadoes, toxic claws. For rings, you want vulnerability damage. Actually, for weapon and ring, you want vulnerability damage #1. For your rings, you want resource generation. Again, we're not using a generator, so we do need to boost up our gear. And then, of course, critical strike chance to trigger our poison tornadoes. For our offhand, we want cooldown reduction, resource generation, and spirit cost reduction. Really, the reason how we're able to maintain not having a generator is because of the awesome stats when we get from our offhand. So those are the priority gear stats. Again, more of them are on Icy. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my new Shred Nado? Is there something I missed? Is there something I can do to take this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. 2 asks at the end of the video. Ask #1, I'm hoping today is the day I have earned your subscription. Hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it, but of course, only if you think I deserve it. Ask #2, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 82 members that have signed up. Become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content at the first link in the description. I get asked all the time, Aaron, what is the best way to support? Patreon is it, and you get the most benefits, including getting into the VIP lounge and Discord where we could chit chat every day. Now, if this build isn't to your liking, this is build 11 now on Icy Veins with 4,000 word written out guides. So if you don't like this one, maybe you will find something else. That's all I've got. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.
Yeah.